Most films from first-time or early-stage filmmakers have similar problems, but you might not know exactly why. Well, I've been cutting for over 25 years. I cut for James Cameron on Ghost of the Abyss. These days, I also get hired by directors to give notes on their films. For example, Adam Balo, the director on HBO's Telemarketers, brought me on to give notes on every episode of the show before it went to the network. I wanted to try something new. I asked in my email newsletter if people would be willing to share their short film, and I would give them editing feedback if they would let me put it up on YouTube. Because I'm not going to be sugarcoating anything, and I'm not going to be polite. My role here is simple. I am the ambassador of the audience. So the film that I picked is by Bill Sharkey. He's the editor and producer on the project, and it's called Finder's Fee. Let's take a look. I'm going to show you just the beginning of the film before I stop and start talking. I want you to sort of just take in what's happening and figure out what is the dramatic question at the beginning of this. So once again, the film is called Finder's Fee, and there's a reason why. You get the idea, right? He's walking along the park and he's finding this purse, this handbag, and there's a bunch of money in there. Really nice setup. We are 46 seconds into the film. The film in total is 5 minutes 43. So that's actually a real nice length for a film. But I do sense that it is a little processy and repetitive. Like, we as an audience, we get it faster than how the story unfolds. Here we are really just waiting to cut on the beat again. The shot lingers too long. I think we could make this up to here, and then we could actually go to the bench right here. Let's just give that a try. Why not? Let's do some editing, huh? So I wouldn't mind having the audio actually be here. I'm just going to move the other audio out of the way for now. So it still sounds like the music just keeps on playing. But to me, this would be, in terms of the pacing and the speed of what I want the audience to not be excited about, this feels to me like a much better cut. Right there. And I just did it like in one. Like I already feel like this is a pretty good cut. Just let's watch it one more time and see if you agree that the pacing is actually much better. Could be maybe even a little tighter. You only have a certain goodwill bank with an audience in terms of how much time you can really take to tell a story. At some point, the audience is going to just be bored because no new information is being presented to the audience. And I can sense that this editor was just waiting for the music to decide when to make the cut. And it does two things. First of all, you establish a pattern where the audience is going to anticipate the cut. That may not be a good thing. I hate music videos that are just very consistently on the beat every cut, because then you kind of just anticipate the cut and you're less surprised by what you're seeing. The other reason is, like, pacing should be organically of what does the audience really need emotionally to understand the story. We got to get rid of all the process going from A to B if the audience doesn't need that to understand the story or the emotion. We kind of want this shot to be what it is. So by having the first shot be too long, you've already spent a lot of that goodwill, because we need the shot to be this long. He needs to cross it. And then he needs to come back to see this back. I wouldn't show this shot. We're giving the audience more information than they really need, and it becomes less interesting. That's why I wouldn't cut to this shot. There's no real reason to cut to this angle, because this angle says, look over here, this matters. I think what would be a more interesting way is to go from this shot directly to this shot and extend the head of the shot a little bit. So have him stand in front of the bench and then drop the coffee. And we're not knowing why he's dropping the coffee. Maybe we haven't yet understood that there's a bag there. Even better. Or we know there's a bag there, but we don't know why he's dropping the cup of coffee at this point, because whatever he's looking at must be quite shocking. So that would be my note to the editor, is like, try getting directly to this shot. And we can try that right now with what we have. I'm going to just extend the audio here and see if maybe we won't notice this audio jump so much. I like the music quite a bit, actually. It really helps with the tone of this film. Yeah, it almost works. I would even get rid of this shot. I would go straight to this shot. Clean up the audio a little bit. It's tricky with the music, so it's probably not gonna be perfect. Okay, before we get into all this, so far we've tightened this up a bit, and it's gonna help the film to do that. If I had one more suggestion for the editor slash director, is I would actually look for another take where our hero walks faster. It feels a little acty. I would have asked the actor to just walk like you would normally walk when you walk in the park and you got a Starbucks. But make it maybe even a little faster than you would actually do in real life, because this shot takes a long time for him to come back. Maybe we can get into this shot even while he's already here. So let's just clean up the audio. Feels a little bit better, I think. Which, by the way, when I give notes to a professional director or editor in their cut, I will just type out the notes. I will not make the cuts for them. I wouldn't dare. I would just try and formulate my thoughts about how I feel about this, and then I would suggest maybe an edit. Okay, so let's keep watching. Okay, it's a lot of business. Ooh, I love this with the bird. That's an happy accident, huh? Except birds aren't real, so they probably just flew it in. We're minute 15 in. Okay. I see why they went through the trouble of really showing the minutiae of what we call the business, the stuff that actors do with their hands, and the process of him retrieving the money, then going through the actual wallet to find a driver's license, and then contemplating what is the right thing for him to do. Love the fake bird. Just takes too long. We can really optimize this and make this more exciting for the audience. Yes, they need some of this, but they don't need all of this. But then what's happening here? He put this money in his pocket. We can immediately go to this right here. So let's clean up the audio again, that it feels like a smoother cut. I'm just roughing this. Then he needs to grab the wallet. And we're seeing this. We're seeing this. We're seeing this. This is the shot that we need to land on. But we need to lose one or two shots here. And this is where professional editors often are more radical when it comes to their cutting. They're not worried about continuity. We see the driver's license in the wallet. How does he get it out of the wallet? We don't need that. The audience is smart enough. They can connect the dots. Let's go like this. Boom. And we just need like an audio transition here. I would just like have a little. Perfect. And now he's contemplating. He's contemplating. He's contemplating. And we could be out here. We don't need this. We don't need this. Let's keep this in for fun right here. We're gonna cut on the action. The action is not the continuity of the action. It's actually a new story turn, a new beat. Not working yet, but we're gonna try and massage this. And then we can be out of this shot right here. He's more contemplating. We don't need as much contemplating. I think it would be better to just walk away and do all the contemplating in the shot. It's beautifully composed. The DP and the director had a great idea in terms of the storyboarding to do this out of focus. And the scene is over. Good. No. 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 Yes. Okay, so this is the moment we love. He's walking away. And this is the thing with early stage filmmakers, they're hesitant to cut shorter. Shorter is gooder. Don't take as much time. If you think it's just right, make it even shorter. Why do we need to see this? We know that he's standing in front of a house. We see this. Don't need this. Sorry. We go in here. Because what we need is this. It's too much. Why don't we go like this? He leaves. And then we go back in here. Let's smooth out the edit here. We know. I would leave this, go out straight to the shot. I know, I'm being radical. I'm just seeing it, and I'm calling it as I see it. Usually what I do is I watch a film one time. I don't take any notes. I just watch it and I take it in. I start thinking, it's marinating. Then I watch it again and I start typing the notes as I see them. I'm now kind of in that stage right now. I'm already reacting to how it should be cut. So going forward in this scene, I'm first going to show you what happens next and see how you think it plays. And what are some of the things that are maybe draggy or the performances are a little soft. We always, as the editor, have to protect performances when we can by taking lines out or shaking things up, cutting away from the actors when they're talking, whatever we can do. And we'll do that in that next scene. Okay, so we're going to go from this. And you may disagree with me on this, by the way, this cut, but I would suggest to not overplay the joke. Because again, it's the same emotion that he's giving us. He's contemplating. He's like in a dilemma.
Can I help you?
No.
Well, what is it?
I think I have something that belongs to you.
Oh, you have my purse.
Acting is
found it
quite
on a
good so far.
bench. So I did the right thing and brought it back. So got your address from the ID inside, so here.
Thank you. That's very kind of you.
It's good.
Is there a finder's fee?
Finder's fee?
Yeah, it's just that there's a lot of money in there.
I'll just put the kettle on. Why don't you come inside for a cup of tea and we can talk about it?
Okay, and the scene is over. We don't need to wait for the door to close. Okay, how did that scene feel to you? Leave a comment. Let me know right at this moment. Hit pause and just write. This is what the scene needs. I'm going to go back, and I think it's all there, but it's too much. Again, and there are some lines that are not that strong. Some are strong and some are not. First of all, there's process editing here again. He's reaching out for the doorbell. We're cutting to the doorbell. We're cutting him releasing the doorbell. That is classical beginner editing. We don't need all of that. So why don't we go like this? There's even a double action in here. Like he's pressing and pressing again. Let's just have him turn here. It might even be better if we go on the action here. I would try and make that work. Maybe extend the doorbell on this shot. But it's not quite working, but it's an interesting idea to immediately have him hit the doorbell and then say, I'm leaving. This is a bad idea. Again, we're going through the motion from A to B to C. He's walking away. She's opening the door.
Can I help you?
Can I help you? He changes his mind.
What is it?
I think I have something that belongs to you.
It's not terrible, but I would try a version where she looks, he walks away. We cut to her again, confused, and then he comes around the corner. So the decision is on him, not because she said, hey, come back, or can I help you? It's not a big deal, and it's fine the way it is, but it feels a little like I'm not very surprised about what's happening. Maybe it's just a matter of, can I help you?
Can I help you?
No.
Have him just walk away, and there's this awkward pause, cut to her maybe, looking at him again, and then he comes back and says,
I think I have something that belongs to you.
Oh, you have my purse.
Yeah, I found it on a bench.
this is good,
So I did the right thing and brought it back.
this is good.
Got your address from the ID inside, so here.
Thank you.
That's
That's
so good.
very kind of you.
I don't know if
Very
we need this
kind of
pause. I think it works.
Is there a finder's fee?
Finder's fee?
I would not have her say finder's fee. I would just have her look like this.
Yeah, it's just that there's a lot of money in there.
I'm doing a little bit of an L cut, overlapping the audio.
Is there a finder's fee? It's just that there's a lot of money in there.
I'll just put the kettle on. Why don't you come inside for a cup of tea and we can talk about it?
I know I'm making this short film a lot shorter by doing this, but I think the better play is here.
A lot of money in there.
Just contemplating what he says. The music keeps playing, and then we cut to the next scene. You get the idea, right? The reason why I don't want to play this whole thing out is it just kind of evolves in a way that it is quite what I would expect. And I get to play these scenes out when it is fun and entertaining. But I do think that it can be stronger if we tighten things up and having the audience connect the dots more. And that's really exciting for storytelling in terms of the narrative arc, to not resolve scenes and let them peter out and fizzle, but to keep the tension right at the climax and then carry it through to the next scene. And this is what we're doing here.
I think I have something that belongs to you.
Oh, you have my purse.
Yeah, I found it on a bench. So I did the right thing and brought it back. Got your address from the ID inside, so here.
Thank you. That's very kind of you.
Is there a finder's fee? This is a pretty nice place. You must be doing okay.
That's okay,
What
Lang.
exactly are you hoping for here?
This is good.
Let's be real. This is a big pile of cash. And I think it's a testament of character to return it. I mean, not everyone would have done what I did.
I'm good with everything. Just one question about the framing of the shot. It feels like the camera should have come down as she sits down to reframe for what would naturally be the composition you would usually have for a shot like this. But maybe the director has intention with this composition in the sense that it feels off. And that could be a good thing.
Let's be real. This is a big pile of cash. And I think it's a testament of character to return it. I mean, not everyone would have done what I did.
And do you expect to be compensated for that?
Well, yeah. Wouldn't you?
How do you like your tea?
That's okay.
Lots of cream, lots of sugar.
It could be a little tighter in terms of the
I have to say
editing.
the thought did cross my mind of just not returning it at all.
I don't know if we need this ADR line here.
You know, I have to say the thought did cross my mind of just not returning it at all.
This is good.
I mean, it's not every day you come across a bag full of money with no one around.
Both of these lines are not very well written lines. I would take them out.
Tell the contractor we had a hiccup and we have to set up another drop. And no witnesses.
I'm struggling a little bit with her delivery of the lines.
And no witnesses.
It's too on the nose.
Yes, ma'am.
And he doesn't have to respond. I'm sorry. The other actor has one line and I would cut it. What I would keep from this is tell the contractor it's exposition and we need to know that this was supposed to be a drop. But it's too much exposition. We can definitely
Yes, ma'am.
take this out and go to here.
Tell the contractor we had a hiccup and we have to set up another drop. And no witnesses. And I just had that damn carpet cleaned.
Hey, how's that tea coming along?
Okay, the ending actually needs the most work, I think. There's a lot of exposition, there's some soft performances. The hitman is just not as strong, and I think he will be more dangerous and more vicious if he doesn't talk. So that's easy to fix. The beginning part here, I think this needs the most work by saying less, because we already know what's happening. We know he's in trouble at this point. All we really have to understand is that this bag was a drop. And it failed. And now he's in trouble. And that's a perfect payoff for the short.
Hey, how's that tea coming along?
Well done, Trevor and William. Thanks so much for sharing this short with me, and I hope you're gonna be okay with me giving you those notes. Take it or leave it. I could be wrong. First of all, you have a story that works. You have a strong dramatic question that's being answered in the short film. It's a simple idea, it's entertaining to watch, and even if I wouldn't have done any of these suggestions, the short still works, clearly. Once again, I'm really happy with the story. I'm also really happy with your lead actor, and she is good in parts, but she also has moments where she needs a little help. And most of the time, writing is overwritten. We get it anyway. The subtext is quite clear what's going on. We don't need to know everything. And then finally, just really become more aware of process. I know the way it's written, you want to edit it and you want to show every little step, but it can get quite tiresome to watch that through as an audience, but it can be tighter, and tighter is gooder, as we say in editing. Audience member, you watch this, you have a short film, you have a scene, you're something that you're editing or that you've written yourself, directed, shot it. Feel free to send it to me, leave a link. If people are interested in this type of video, getting feedback from me, I'd be happy to do more of these, and hopefully this is of value for everyone. Happy editing and cheers!